Words appear on a black background. Visual Resources Program. Why protect visual resources?
Park scenic views.
A still photo of a man standing atop a rocky cliff with his hands in the air, overlooking a vast landscape of lush green forests and rolling hills under a cloudy sky.
Those breathtaking vistas, the ones that make us pause, take a deep breath, and appreciate the world around us.
The camera pans slowly across still photos, including a man sitting on a rock with a notepad looking out at a lake, and an aerial view of ancient ruins in a desert landscape.
We know them, we love them, and we expect them to be around forever.
More still photos, including an elderly couple standing next to an interpretive panel overlooking a vast mountain range, and a large group of visitors gathered on a rocky cliff top overlooking a massive canyon. Words appear over the still photo. NPS Organic Act, 1916. Which purpose is to conserve the scenery and the natural and historic objects and the wildlife therein and to provide for the enjoyment of the same.
It's no wonder that scenery is the first thing we are called on to protect as part of the very foundation of the National Park Service in the Organic Act. These landscapes and scenic views are essential to the story of our parks and to the experience of our visitors.
The camera zooms out, revealing black and white sketches of various park imagery, including mountains towering over a lake, a desert landscape with cacti and brush, farm buildings surrounded by rolling hills, a lighthouse overlooking a body of water, a replica cannon on wheels in a battlefield.
And here's the thing. Surveys show that 90% of park visitors say that views are among the most important things to protect. And it's no surprise. These views hold more than just beauty. They hold history, culture, and stories of the past. But it's not just the natural landscapes we're protecting. Think battlefields, historic sites.
Photo looking up at the Statue of Liberty with a clear blue sky in the background. The top of the Empire State Building is visible to the right.
Urban parks, farmsteads, archaeological sites.
Numerous photos shown in a row, including a large brick building surrounded by walkways, park benches, and trees. A small wooden shed in the middle of farmland with lush green grass, and ancestral Puebloan dwellings under a rocky cliff wall.
All have views that matter, views that carry meaning, inspire us, and connect us to something much larger than ourselves. But landscapes in and around parks are changing. Some of these changes are the result of natural processes, while others are the result of human activities. And without careful planning, these changes can affect the very views that bring people to parks.
A still image of a river running through a vibrant landscape of rolling hills and dark green grass under a cloudy sky. The image slowly changes, with barren trees being removed, rows of wind turbines being added, and dense forest appearing to the right.
In some cases, the very reason for a park's existence. We can make thoughtful, informed decisions about changes to our landscapes with the right information.
Still photo of a woman in a green National Park Service cap kneeling down in a creek bed and collecting a water sample in a plastic jug.
So, just as we carefully measure and document vegetation, air quality, and archaeological sites.
Still photo of a pair of hands holding a measuring tape around the base of a large tree trunk.
We can do the same with visual resources. Using the Visual Resources Inventory, park staff can measure and assess the condition of a park's views.
5 men in orange reflective vests stand in an open field of tall green grasses and distant hills. One of them is adjusting monitoring equipment in the center, while another stands with his arms stretched to his sides holding a clipboard. The camera pans down over a hand holding an inventory sheet on a clipboard.
The inventory collects information about the characteristics of views and why they are important. It's a simple process, one that anyone, from staff to volunteers, can learn quickly.
A group of 7 people gathered on a rocky cliff overlooking a valley full of dense green forests and hills. 6 men stand and converse near the cliff's edge while a woman behind them sits on a rock and writes on a clipboard.
With this objective data, parks can make informed decisions.
Various multicolored pieces of paper fall, stacking on top of each other. These papers include drawings of maps and park terrain.
Protecting the views we all cherish.
Words appear over a still photo of steep mountainsides. NPS Organic Act, 1916. In such manner and by such means as will leave them unimpaired for the enjoyment of future generations.
By making scenic views part of comprehensive planning, the National Park Service ensures these landscapes will be preserved, not just for us, but for generations to come.
Still photo of a woman holding a child in her arms, while standing behind a guardrail overlooking a vast landscape of desert plains and rocky hills under a cloudy blue sky. The National Park Service Arrowhead logo appears on a white background.